Hi, Sarah Wells here. Today we're talking feedback, how to write feedback quickly and easily, and how to format it so that you can reuse it later. All right, first of all, we're going to jump to my schedule. So it's always easier to write it out of the lesson bank and only copy and paste things into the lesson bank. So here is my schedule. Let me zoom in a little bit closer for you guys. So the first type is the most simple form. All you write is a hello, it was nice seeing your child today. Our lesson today included, and then you copy the material or the objectives for the lesson in there, you make a space, your child earned 5 stars, next paragraph, I hope to see your child again soon, or you soon, teacher. And in that way, if you're in a pinch, you need something just really quickly, but you still want it to look professional, nice, you could copy and paste this as is. So anytime you're writing feedback, think, I want it to be as is friendly. And in this way, you could copy this on a regular day, and then right here, all you have to do is come right here, add in personalized feedback, what they did well, what they struggled with, things to practice, and then add your name and you're done. So literally within seconds, 30 seconds, you have a really nicely written, formatted feedback that you can copy and paste into your feedback, and off you go. The second one is more personalized though, because that's very basic. The other kind is like this, and we've been having a little bit of a hard time with this, where some people want to write these more elaborate, personalized feedbacks, more detailed feedbacks, which they're awesome. So everyone who's working on adding those, thank you. The problem is that they have some kind of pronoun in them. And so it's all written to a girl, or it's written to a boy, and you might miss one. And when you miss one, then it's the worst because it doesn't look very professional or nice. So this is a feature that will make it go just as fast, and it is a really nice, easy feature to use. And it's a great way to use these really nicely written paragraph form feedbacks. And let me show you how to use it. It's called the find and replace feature. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to show you how to use it, and then we're going to talk formatting so that if you format it in a certain way, then the feature works seamlessly. You always want to copy it, Control C, and put it in to the cell next to it. That way, you're never changing the key that's already here. We never want to change the key. We just want to personalize one for us. So then we come here and you put, and I'll zoom back out. You come up here to edit, find and replace. And when you click that, then this little box will pop up. Let me zoom in again and show you an even faster way. You can just do Control H. So maybe you're thinking, Control help. I apologize. Help me change my feedback. So maybe that will help you remember the H. So now we have the original one on the left, and then our one that we just copied and pasted on the right. So I'm going to scoot this over again so that now we're only seeing the one that we're going to be editing. Hard words to say today. And then this is how you do it. And jump right here and forget all the rest of it. Control H, and here you are. So now you're here and you're going to follow this key, and here's how to read it. The asterisk means this is going to tell us about performance reviews in the thing. So if it says a positive performance, that means overall the feedback, everything's positive in it, that they did a good job, it was a good lesson, the student did amazingly. If it has a negative, then it means they struggled with the lesson. So it's still written positively, but their performance, they struggled. And so it'll say things like, oh, keep up the good work, that you maybe had a difficult time with this, or those kinds of things. So then you can pick the right one that you want. And we can write as many of these as we want, because the more we have, then the faster and easier it is. So now we know that this is a positive performance review. Then below it, it'll say find and replace, and that's our key for the find and replace feature that we're going to use now. So we want to do it exactly as in the key. So if it's a capitalized on the left side is what's in it, and the right side after the dash is what we're going to change it to. And do it exactly the same. So if it says uppercase, then that means they've only used he and she in all caps in places where you are going to replace it with capitalized he and she's. If there's another one right below it that's exactly the same but lowercase and then a lowercase, that means they've used he or she in the middle of a sentence, that kind of thing. So that's how to read it. So we're just going to follow it exactly how it is on the page. So So we go to the find section and we find, we do the first one, which is he, capitalize he / she. And we're replacing it with he or she. Since Sunny is a girl, we're going to go with, not Sunny, we're going to do she. And I want to match that capital S as well. Then we want to make sure that we've selected the right cell. And then instead of all sheet, because we don't want it to find it and replace it in the whole sheet, we just want a specific range. And then you can also check, because this is the doc name classes 2018, and then this is the cell I'm on Q4, so you know it's the correct one. Then we want to match the case so it doesn't find other ones and replace it with the wrong capitalization or lowercase. So we want to match the case and then do replace all. Then as you can see, it says replace 3 times. And then we do the next one. So we change this to capitalize your child, and again follow it exactly so that you don't get off and do the wrong one or have a weird capitalization within it. And now we want the child's name, so this time we want Sunny. And again, make sure the specific range is selected and the right one, match case, replace all. And as you can see, it's also editing the key as you go along. So in that way, you kind of know where you're at as well. And then I also want the it was a pleasure seeing your child to be changed to Sunny as well. So it's personalized. So that last one, I'll change. And we can keep everything the same, specific range, match case, replace. And now I'm done. And as you can see, I'll scoot this over for you guys so you can see it a little bit better. I have this great personalized feedback that is specifically for Sunny. So it was a pleasure seeing Sunny today. Our lesson, blah, blah, blah. Sunny read this. She read the words with short whatever. And so now it's all done. And I copy this. I add in any other performance reviews that I want to add to it. I can paste it in my feedback and done. So as I was explaining, it didn't even take that long. But if you're doing it in real time, it only takes maybe 30 seconds or so, which is so fast for having such an amazing feedback. So the only things that I want to highlight for you guys for formatting is when you're making these, make sure, let's scoot back over to this one. Make sure that your performance, you write what kind of performance review it is, if it's positive or negative, if they've highlighted positive or negative things and which one. Make sure to write that. Asterisk. A negative sign means they struggled with it and write what it was. So like negative sign, sight words. Positives or asterisk positive sign, pronunciation of something. And then put those asterisks in the feedback as well. So then you can find it, because if you left that in for a parent, that wouldn't matter. That would be just fine. But it'll help us for reusing it when you're reusing your feedback to look really quickly where those things are. So then if you want to take them out, or you want to, if it's a good feedback skeleton, except for they didn't have a hard time with a certain pronunciation, or they did do well, or they didn't do well, make sure those performance reviews are written out at the bottom, find and replace, and then specifically write what is in the feedback and then a dash and what it should be replaced with. And be really careful to write correctly which formatting you want to do, because if you format it correctly, this find and replace feature works seamlessly. Another tip that I've figured out as I've been doing this is make sure that when you're writing it, think about ways where you can do we instead of a he or a she, because maybe one student will have read a certain story, for example, but your next student didn't read that story. You read that story because they struggled too much with it. If you write we, then it leaves it open to maybe they read it or maybe I read it, but we did this today. And then you can write those more specific things like I want you to work on this, or keep practicing this, or they did a great job with this. You can still add those things, but then when you're rewriting it for another student, it's written in a way that is friendly and really seamlessly can be edited. So this is my tip and trick for you guys today. It makes editing and writing feedback so quick, literally 30 to 45 seconds maybe, and then you have this beautifully written paragraph form or the other form, but personalized feedback, and then it's really easy to add in a performance review, and it's so easy. So I hope this helps and saves you guys time. All right, have a great day.